This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on Vande Bharat Express, a revolution in Indian Railways. The participants are Vijay Dutt, former additional member, Railway Board and AIR correspondent, Arjun Chaudhary.
Shri Vijay Dutt ji, do tell us about the Vande Bharat Express trains. How are they different from other trains? And for the benefit of our listeners, could you explain some of the features and amenities that are available on the Vande Bharat trains?
Vande Bharat train is said to be a semi-high-speed train. When we say about semi-high-speed train, normally train technology at present is being classified as high-speed, which is hyperloop, about 500 kmph and above. There's high-speed train like bullet train or TGV or about 340 km per hour maximum speed. And then is the semi-high speed, which is 160 to about 225. And then the normal express trains, which run at about 130 km per hour. In this class, I am proud to say, in India, we are progressing in all modes. And significant contribution is being made, not only in this, but in high-speed train and in the hyperloop and its indigenous. Now I come to Vande Bharat, which is a semi-high-speed train. This is a EMU train. EMU is short for electrical multiple units. There are two types of trains in India and the world. One where there is a locomotive in the front or in the rear, which we call push-pull or loco-haul train. And there is a train, like you see a metro train or the EMU train, in which every second coach is a powered coach and there is no separate engine, which is called an electrical multiple unit. Now, what is the advantages of this train, I will say. Firstly, because it is a distributed power, the load on the track comes down. The adhesion force is the force on which the wheel and how much force you can make to give an acceleration. So that becomes higher, so you can give a higher acceleration. Then there is a regeneration. When the brake is applied, the brake energy is not lost. It is converted into heat and goes to overhead for running other trains. That's called efficient regenerative braking. Then we have energy efficiency, means for the same units you can run more distance. Because of the low slipping, the life of track is increases, quality of track is increases, chances of accidents are very minimal. And biggest thing is, in a loco-haul train, if you see there is a jerk. In this train, because every coach is a powered coach, there will be no jerk and it will be very smooth, and which is a very big advantage of this train compared to loco-haul train. And then what we say about the technology part, this is based on VVVF technology, variable voltage, variable frequency technology, and the devices are IGBT based, which is insulated gate bipolar transistors, latest in the area. So we have gone for latest technology. And there is a more efficient space utilization, because locomotive no passengers sit, but here right up to the driver of the train you can sit, so no space is lost, so you can carry more passengers. And we have got fully suspended traction motors. So fully suspended traction motors gives you more reliability. About the passenger comfort part, the seats can be rotated to 180 degrees, so you can directly face the window for a better view. There are modular toilets. So these are the features which are almost best in the world.
Vijay Dutt ji, what are the planned versions of the Vande Bharat trains and how many of them are available for public use now? How many more Vande Bharat trains are planned to be launched across the country?
See, as was announced, in 75 years of independence, we want to launch 75 trains. And this train is the 50th in the series. So 75 trains will be inaugurated in this year itself. A total 400 Vande Bharat trains are planned. Now coming to the version, the existing train is seating version. Another sleeper version for a longer distances. Then there is a Vande Metro. For a shorter distance, say 200 kilometers, 300 kilometers fast train, which will be like a metro train, is the Vande Metro train. Another version is semi-freight version, where upper part there will be sitting and there will be luggage, parcels and all in the lower deck. And lastly, there is a freight Vande Bharat also under manufacture, which will carry freight and which will bring the revolution in reduction the logistics cost and give a new era in transportation of this country.
Shri Vijay Dutt ji, the Honorable Prime Minister flagged off the Rajasthan's first Vande Bharat train. How significant would this be for Rajasthan, especially to boost Rajasthan's tourism and connectivity?
Arjunji, it will definitely, but Before that, I will take a minute to mention one world record which has been created by this train. See, world over, height of the contact wire from which current is carried is 5.5 meters. On this track, we have increased the height to 7.4 meters, which is a world record in height of the OHE. Why it was planned is because this route is a dedicated freight route where double stack containers will be moving for the ports, for Kandla and for all those ports. And world over this is done. But world over where you use a belt wagon, you lower some of the portion of the wagon, but then the space utilization will be more throughput, more goods can be carried. But this is a challenge which Indian engineers have faced, has overcome, which is something great. This is something designing traction system ab initio which has been successfully done. Now this is first high-speed train which you have to modify the train to be compatible with that high OHE which has been achieved with this train, which is another word. Now coming for the tourism. Definitely this will add to tourism because Rajasthan is the first tourist destination for the tourism coming from India as well as abroad. Secondly, this will give both. There will Shatabdi in the morning, this will be in the evening, so this will give you bi-directional connect. But not only tourism, for business also, it will be very helpful.
Shri Vijay Dutt, in the last 2 months, the Honorable Prime Minister flagged off 6 Vande Bharat trains, including today's Delhi-Jaipur Vande Bharat Express. How is the Indian Railways able to provide Vande Bharat trains for public utility at such a rapid pace? Now, how is the Vande Bharat Express trains changing the face of Indian mobility?
First thing, it is changing the face of Indian mobility because you are providing a connectivity faster than airport. Because terminal to terminal distance will be less. Secondly, you are providing more comfort than air because you don't have to fasten steel belt. You don't have to see the jerk when it lands. It is very smooth. And thirdly, it gives you convenient hours. You can do the business and you can come back. So the logistics cost of staying at hotel is etc. So this is about the benefit to tourism as well as to the business.
How are the Vande Bharat trains helping India's Atmanirbhar Bharat and economic self-reliance?
It will both, but before coming to Atmanirbhar Bharat and economic self-reliance, I am coming to something which is helping not only India but the world. We are president of G20 now. The world over 95% emissions are by road. Railways is about 1.5%. But because Indian Railways is the first in the world to be fully electrified and more being fed by renewable, by 2030 it will be 100% renewable. So carbon footprint will be zero. So if you more and more towards railway, you are saving temperature rise, saving the planet. Now coming to Atmanirbhar Bharat, this train is fully conceived, designed, manufactured in India and is the world class. So it is not only giving us self-reliance, but at the cost it has been produced, it will be most competitive export item and give an opportunity for Indian engineers to go abroad and provide better connectivity to other countries of the world.
Shri Vijay Dutt, the Honorable Prime Minister in his speech said that when the infrastructure of connectivity like rail is strong, then the country is strong. Could you highlight the railway's role in India's development?
Yes. As I have said, I will repeat, in reducing emission, in providing connectivity and providing safe and comfortable travel. It will be very helpful. Then the next question was about the first, for our exports to be competitive and our products to be competitive. Logistics cost has to go down. In USA, logistics cost is about 7%. In India, it is about 14%. So our logistics policy is there to reduce the cost. Now, faster travel, cheaper travel, better connectivity will reduce the logistics cost and it will make our products competitive and India competitive in the world, and that is the major step towards progress.
You spoke about the design, you said about a computer-aided design, but how did it go from concept to manufacture its rollout as a rail service in such a short period of time?
Firstly, very fast design, incorporation of latest things, and then starting manufacturing. Plant for manufacture of bogie was set up, plant for setup. And now we have other factories which were coming up, has been commissioned, say Latur in Maharashtra, near Sonipat in Haryana, And other places, there are 4 or 5 places where it will be Raebareli coach factory, modern coach factory, rail coach factory in Kapurthala. So all these factories are simultaneously going to produce, and rather the process has started, which will enable us to meet the target of 75 trains in this time and 400 trains as planned. And secondly, I will say, now next series which will have a sleeper train, the tender is open, the bids are open, and this time not only the technology is sustained, technology is improved, the cost of the product has also gone down, which is something very big achievement.
We know that they are fast, that they are very productive in terms of passenger payload. But what is the mileage of these trains when they carry passengers?
Normally, parameter for mileage is, we say, kilowatt hour per 1000 GTKM, say weight of the train GTKM. So that parameter is, say, about, if you have a local haul train which will have about 30 kilowatt hour per 1000 GTKM, this will give you about 22 or 21 kilowatt hour per 1000 GTKM. So I should say about 30% more energy efficient. And how this energy efficiency is achieved? Firstly, axle load is reduced, weight of the train is reduced. There is a efficient regenerative braking. That means when you put a brake, the energy is not lost in thought. It is converted into electrical energy to go back to wires and run other trains. So saving in the energy, and then more efficient motors, fully suspended motors, and then the adhesion force, which is the force by which the wheel grips the rail, because it is a steel to wheel. So you have to be very careful that the wheel does not slip. So better control. So these are the features which are giving the better mileage which I have explained to you.
And finally, do tell us about its impact on the economy in terms of employment of skilled labor and engineering capability.
Yes. Employment is very big requirement, not only in India, world over. This aspect will give help in all areas. I will start. First, design. So many engineers get opportunity to apply their experience in there. Secondly, in prototype testing. Then it's manufacture. Now, manufacture, I said, I've given you ICF so many names. Indian Railways are procuring all components from India. We don't import anything. So there are so many ancillary factories. Somebody is manufacturing motor, somebody is manufacturing transformer, somebody is manufacturing pantograph, somebody is manufacturing shell, somebody is manufacturing bogies. So all those factories, both in public sector, in private public partnership, and in private sector, lot of manufacturing has started and lots of jobs are coming. Not only that, and then running, operation and maintenance. Now so many trains are to be maintained. Now when you maintain, maintenance is a very skilled job for which there are so many opportunities. And then finally operation. Operation, not only, it is just not the pushing of the button. When you operate a train, you provide a service, you provide service of technical services, you provide catering services, you provide passenger facilitation. So in that sector, lots of jobs will be. So to sum up, right from concept to design to manufacture to maintenance to operation, in every field it will be a game changer regarding job creation.
Well, thank you so much, Shri Vijay Dutt, for being with us on this program on All India Radio and discussing at length and in detail the Vande Bharat Express trains, which is seen as a revolution in Indian Railways. Thank you so much, Mr. Dutt.
Thank you so much.
You were listening to a Vande Bharat Express, a revolution in Indian Railways. The participants were Vijay Dutt, former additional member, Railway Board and AIR correspondent Arjun J. Chaudhary. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on a mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on a YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may share your feedback about this program through email at airnsdtalks@gmail.com or WhatsApp on 9289094044.